My name's Tim Russell. Welcome to Life in the Markets. And today is June 2nd, and I'd like to walk you through what happened over the last 2 weeks. As you know, we were off last week because of the holiday, Memorial Day holiday. All right, so over the past 2 weeks, the market has done not an awful lot of anything. We're up a couple percent. It's not been a bad couple weeks, but overall, the markets just continue to have a steady move higher, which has been helpful and encouraging. One of the major things that have happened is we've got the Trump tax bill passed the House. It's now to the Senate. They're working on their version of it, and look forward to an update maybe in the next couple days or weeks where we'll do a deeper dive into some of the components of that tax cut so that you're more up to date on the things that may affect you. We had a major court decision last week that pushed back against Trump tariffs. They said, no, President Trump, you're not allowed to do everything the way you think you're trying to do it. Now, at this point, that pushback hasn't really had any major long-term effects because they're in appeal and they're going back and forth. If Trump and his administration loses on these appeals, there are still some other methods that Trump can go ahead and push through some of his tariff policy initiatives. We'll have to wait and see about that. If anything, I think what that's done is it's given us a little bit of a pause and a breathing room. My take as I'm reading the markets, it really looks like more resolution for trade deals are baked into the price. We're already seeing the prices rise, which indicates that most actors in the markets believe we are going to get through the tariffs, get better deals, and therefore be able to get back to business as usual. So nothing to worry about at this point. The other major issues that we're watching continue to be what's happening with inflation. Now, as we mentioned in our last video, the recent news coming out about inflation is not that problematic. The inflation gauges and the numbers that we track are trending in line, maybe even a little lower than what we have been seeing in the past few weeks. That is good news for you. That's good news for me. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the indication of a recession is likely less probable than it was just a few weeks ago with all of the tariff reactions. Okay, what do you take away from this? Everyone pause. You look at the markets, you look at the news, and they tell you this story about how everything is dark and dour and sour and awful. But then when you allow time to progress, things often turn out to be less dark and less scary than they originally were. This is another just point in case. Don't believe everything you think and feel after watching the news. The news and all of their positions, they're trying to scare us. They're trying to motivate us to buy products and services based on fear. That's something just philosophically, you're never going to hear that from us. There are things we can be concerned about. There are things that we certainly should be aware of, but we should not make decisions based off of fear-based motivations. That being said, this week we're starting off a new month, a new trading month, heading into the last month of the quarter. We're through most of the earnings season, so I don't expect a lot of earnings releases, though obviously there will be some, but probably not a lot of big surprises or moves for the market. We will continue to see what the market provides to us in terms of overall return. This is a very interesting time in the life of the Life Financial Group. Our founder, Roy Russell, my father, for the last 47 years has been, is it 47 years? Yeah, 47 years. Look at that. 47 years has been working here and coming in day after day, serving client needs. Last week was his last official day in the office as an advisor. So we're transitioning into a new phase of the Life Group without Roy here, but we are very much carrying on his legacy and the mission and purpose that he founded in this company back in 1978. And I'm so honored to be able to work with a team of professionals to be able to take that vision and help carry that forward for you and for your friends and your family. Before we wrap, I do want to remind you about the retirement party we have coming up for Roy. That's on June 11th. So if you are available, please sign up. Let us know that you're coming to that, or just call us and let us know you want to come, and we'll share those details with you. It's going to be a really great time celebrating all the good things that God has done and is still doing through Roy. The verse of the day comes from Luke 12:15, and it says, "Take care, be on your guard against all covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions." It's really easy for us to find our significance, our worth, our identity in our possessions. We can become possessed by our possessions. But we do need to be on guard against it. Why do we need to be on guard? The word there, on guard, is there because we so subtly, so easily, so effortlessly slide into finding our worth and value in our stuff. So today, be on guard. Look to Christ and trust Him with all of your assets. I want to thank you for joining us on today's Life in the Markets. Make sure you go out and buy a copy of The Good Steward, Biblical Guide for Wealth Management. Take a copy, take a look at it yourself, and share it with others. We would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care, and until next week, God bless.
The topics discussed in this podcast are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific investment advice or recommendations. Investing and investment strategies involve risk, including the potential loss of principal. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Securities and advisory services are offered through Genius Wealth Management, member FINRA and SIPC.